Today I have an extensive review of the VanTop Ninja 1 trail camera. This is a brand new trail camera and it's 20 megapixel. It's capable of taking 1080p video. I'm going to be putting this thing out in the woods and showing you sample photos and videos that I got from this trail camera. But before I get ahead of myself, let's do an unboxing. So today's unboxing is the VanTop Ninja 1 trail camera. VanTop's probably more well known for their action cameras or their dash cams. And in fact, I think this is their first release of a trail camera. So let's dig into the unboxing and see what we get. Here are some of the features of the VanTop. It is 1080p video and 20 megapixel stills. It's advertised as a 0.2 second trigger speed, and it has 5 PIR motion sensor sensitivity settings. Has a wide angle lens. It's capable of taking time lapse, and it's waterproof IP66 waterproof rating. It has 65-foot range on the IR LEDs, and it has 8 to 12 months standby time on the batteries, or at least that's what it's advertised. So let's get into the box and see what's included inside. We open it up. We have a warranty card. Have the actual trail camera. It's a unique color brown here. It should blend in real nice to the tree bark around here. Have a user's manual. Over here on the side, we have a tree strap, USB cable, and an optional wall mount to mount this camera. Like in a security situation, you can use this to mount it to a wall. It has screws and an adjustable mount. So I loaded this camera up with 8 lithium-ion batteries. We're going to look at some of the settings and some of the features that this trail camera offers. So the first thing you want to remember is to take off all the coverings here that cover the lens and all the IR bulbs. That would affect the ability for the camera to take clear pictures if you forget and leave those on. Has 2 nice heavy-duty latches here. It is security cable compatible right there. Here's where your tree strap would fit onto. It does have a 1/4-20 mount on the bottom of the trail camera. Has a 12-volt external power port right here, so you could put in solar power or an AC adapter. Inside the camera, I did already put in 8 batteries. It does take a micro SD card. Here would be your USB slot and a 3-position on-off switch, setup switch, and on switch. Has a nice screen here, 2-inch screen. And here would be all your menu settings and your buttons to navigate through the menu. We can slide the camera to the setup mode. It powers up. At this point you could hit menu. That will bring you up to the main menu. From here you can simply select down through your modes where you'll be able to pick from video or photo. You can set your PIR interval, your PIR level, how sensitive you want that to be. Here's your infrared lamps. This is kind of unique. This gives you 2 different options, security or hunting. In security, I think the IR lamps are a little bit brighter than in the hunting. So if you want it the brightest setting available, you could put security. Here's your number of captures if you're in photo mode, whether you want to take how many, and there you get to select 1 through 3. Your video length, I'm going to set mine for 20 seconds. Your video size, I have it at the highest size possible, 1080p. You can select your language, set the clock, your timestamp, and that is whether you want that information to be displayed at the bottom of your pictures or your videos. I have that turned on. Photo size, I selected the largest size, 20 megapixel. There's your software version, auto recording. I want audio on my videos, so I have that turned on. Next is a time-lapse mode. If you would want to use this camera for time-lapse, you'd want to turn that on. I have that off at the current time. The timer setting, that's if you want this camera only to be active certain times of the day. You could achieve that by going into the timer setting and setting that up. You can give it a unique camera name. Here's the security code. You can enter your own unique security code. And anybody would steal your camera, they would have to have that code in order to access any of the settings or to make the camera operational. Here you can format your SD card. You can go back to the factory default settings if you would hit default there. And then we're right back up to the mode. So next, I am going to be placing this camera out into the woods, and I'm going to be capturing photos and videos, and I'm going to start showing those to you right now. So I wanted to do a quick audio test of the VanTop Ninja One trail camera. I'm approximately 10-15 feet away from the trail camera, and I'm just talking, and I want to give you a sense of what the audio sounds like on the trail camera. When you have the trail camera on video mode, this is what you can expect the audio to sound like. It is now time for my final thoughts. This is the time where I give you the pros and cons of what I have experienced with this trail camera. Let's start off with the pros. I've had this trail camera out into the woods for almost a month now, and I have collected over 500 photos and videos from this trail camera. It has performed excellent. The battery life, it's still showing full battery life on 8 lithium-ion batteries, and that's after taking 500 photos and videos both daytime and nighttime. The nighttime illumination was good. The IR bulbs did their job, and it lit up the scene very well. You could easily see what was going on. The PIR sensor, it tripped exceptionally well out to 80, almost 100 feet away. The IR bulbs had a little bit trouble keeping up with that long distance when an animal would trip this camera when they were out 100 feet away. The IR bulbs, it would get pretty dark in the background, but for the most part, all the animals that were within range, 50, 60, 70 feet away from this trail camera, the IR bulbs did great. The trigger speed seemed to be pretty good. When I had it on photo mode, it would capture the animals about the middle of the screen, sometimes even at the edge of the screen, so you know it's tripping as soon as it sees them. So I think the trigger speed is pretty good on this camera. There were some motion blur if the animal was moving in the pictures, and I'm sure you saw that in some of the samples. That happens with any trail camera. It's very hard for a trail camera to totally eliminate that. And I didn't think with this camera it rose to the level of being a problem, but there definitely was some motion blur if the animals were moving. Another thing that I would say is a positive is I really like the camo color and this unique brown. I don't think I have any other trail cameras that are this color. And as you can see, it matches in with this environment pretty well, and especially the environment we have around here. I like the camo pattern. Another positive was this camera's audio. If you put this camera on video mode and turn the audio on, it has a very good microphone, and you can easily hear the environment. If the animals going past, you can hear the birds singing in the background. I did that audio test, and I think the audio sounded pretty good, so I am happy with the audio on this trail camera. Now on to the negatives or the cons that I see with this trail camera. Not sure if you noticed, but partway through the photos and videos, this camera reset its time and date. I have no idea what happened or why it did that. The camera was still functioned and it worked fine, but just partway through the month, it just randomly reset its date and time. So the date and time were no longer accurate. Again, I have no idea why it did that, but I would put that down as a negative. Another negative, and that isn't necessarily going to be a negative for everybody, but the photos are 4.3 aspect ratio, and that leaves the two black bars on either side of the photos. You might not have even noticed that, but I prefer a camera that takes its photos in widescreen. That's the most widely used format, or at least it is for me. So this camera can only take photos in the 4.3 aspect ratio. When you put it on video mode at 1080p, you do get that nice widescreen video, but the photos are at 4.3 aspect ratio. So that's it. A pretty short list of cons, lots of positives. I really like this trail camera, and I think it is a very budget-friendly trail camera. I think VanTop's going to have a long future in trail cameras. Like I said, I think this is their first release, but as good as this one functions, I think they're going to do very well. With that said, because this is a brand new release, VanTop's going to reward you for watching this video. For a limited time, VanTop's going to give you 25% off the purchase price. That is a great deal. To receive that 25% off your purchase price, go down in my description. There's going to be a link to this trail camera. There's also going to be a discount code. Simply copy and paste that discount code from my description and enter that into the promo code portion of the checkout. That's going to save you 25%. Like I said, that's going to take an already good price trail camera, and that's going to bring it down to rock bottom prices. You're able to see how well this performed through all my photos and videos. I think you're going to be very happy, and when you save 25%, that is an absolute great deal. So if you have questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section. I love to hear from you. If there are questions, I'll try and answer them to the best of my ability. I want to thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.